Hello students, welcome to this next video of Business Studies class 11 and we are doing lesson 5 emerging modes of business. So in the last video we already discussed about one example that how means what is the procedure of if suppose you want to do online trading. So what are the steps we generally used to take, and I hope it was clear to you all. Now in this video we are going to study about the scope of e-business and difference between traditional and online business. Okay, so let's first start with the scope of e-business. So on the basis of business function, production, so these are the functions of business: production, finance, marketing, personal administration, and managerial activities. What are the activities? Managerial activities like planning, organizing, and controlling. It can be carried out over computer network. These all activities, these all functions can be carried out on the computer network. Then on the basis of parties involved in electronic transaction, so means e-business has a very vast scope as it covers all types of business functions conducted through the internet. So the various, you may say, constituents of e-business are B2B, B2C, intra-B and C2C. So let's see one by one. So B2B is business to business. Okay, B2B commerce, business to business. So the transaction in this business to business, the transaction taking place between two or more business units. Okay, means which is the firm's interaction with another business. One business, they interact with the another business. Let me explain this to you with the help of my same example which I took earlier, was that of purchasing the kurti, online kurti I was supposed to purchase through Amazon. I choose to purchase. So means Amazon is not Amazon is just a online platform where different business person they display their product, and we the customer, we just on that platform we used to go and we choose the product according to our need. So this Amazon is one business unit, and suppose the kurti, there are different brands of kurti, you say Biba, then many more brands are there. So if suppose I choose for Biba, so this Biba is also one business unit. So what is the transaction going on here is between two business units, means that Amazon and the another one is that Biba. So when the here the interaction is there between two business unit, it is said to be business to business B2B commerce. Clear? And then comes your B2C, that is a firm's interaction with its customer. B2C, the full form is business to customer, means the transaction taking place between business firm and customer are known as B2C transaction. Okay, like we are the customer and suppose I am purchasing the product from Amazon or Flipkart. So this is the interaction between the business unit and the customer. Or suppose Amul.com sells Amul brand products online. Okay, so this B2C commerce, it permits conduct of these activities at a much lower cost but at a very high speed, isn't it? Means you need not to go to the market to means go to the market and purchase the product. Online you're just ordering it and the product will be delivered at your doorstep. Then is your intra-B, or a firm's internal processes. Now what is this intra-B commerce? So under it, the parties involved in the electronic transaction are from within a business unit. Okay, that is why it is said to be intra-B commerce. Like suppose if suppose a marketing department, they want to make some changes in the design of the product on the basis of the marketing research. Okay, means marketing, the guy of the marketing research, they tell the designer person that these changes has to be made because according to the survey they came to know. So it can immediately do so by contacting production department through intra-B commerce transaction without any delay, and immediate action can be taken by production department. Means the marketing department, they came to know about these changes, and who is actually going to do these changes? It is being done by the production department. So this interaction, this transaction between the two parties where both are from the same within a business unit, it is said to be intra-B. Then comes your C2C, that is both the parties are customer over here. Under it, both the parties involved in electronic transaction are the customer, and therefore it is called customer to customer commerce. So I know that means as I take this name C2C commerce, the example must have came in your mind. Yes, very good. It is OLX. Okay, where one customer, they sells the product to the another customer. Means you must have seen like selling your used bike, car, book through internet. So the customer, that is seller, now they have worldwide reach. Means you just give the post of your product on OLX, and the another customer who is watching, wherever he is or she is, may fetch you. Okay, so this is C2C, that is customer to customer, where both the parties are customers only. So this is the scope of e-business. Let's see the difference between e-business and traditional business. So e-business, as we have already discussed, online business, and traditional business means that business you generally used to see in the marketplace. Means wo dukaan wale, that is traditional business, they need to take one, means they have proper place to sit. Then there are certain, they means if the shop is big, they used to have some salesperson to help as a helper. Then they need to pay rent of the space, they need to keep all the products for display. Okay, so this is traditional business. And online business, which for which means maximum the investment is done is only on, you may say, internet and on laptop. And nowadays, so I think phone is also capable of doing online business. So only this much requirement for e-business and traditional business, what I already told you. So now on the basis of these information, we are going to distinguish between traditional business and e-business. So ease of formation means ease setup. So on this basis, traditional business is very difficult for setup. It's not that easy. Why? Because as I have told you that you have to take proper place. फिर display करने के लिए you require those products. Suppose if I take one example of mobile store, so आपको एक space चाहिए. Different kinds of mobile you need to, and for display different kinds of mobile you have to invest in that. Means Apple का भी रखना है, Samsung का भी रखना है. So it is means the formation, the setup is little bit difficult, investment ज़्यादा होता है. And e-business, it is very simple, just लैपटॉप और मोबाइल फोन, एंड ऑन दैट यू कैन स्टार्ट योर बिजनेस. कोई रेंट नहीं देना है, डिस्प्ले के लिए पूरा सामान नहीं रखना है, सिर्फ पिक्चर्स. all you need to do is just you need to collect the pics and you have to display it. That's it. Then physical presence. Yes, traditional business required physically you have to be present over there, but e-business पे आपको present होने की जरूरत नहीं है, online होता है सब कुछ, so physical presence is not required over here. Then locational requirement, proximity of the source of raw material or the market for the product. Means you need, आप कहाँ से raw material खरीदोगे, source of raw material or the market for the product is required, and here on e-business it's not required. Then cost of setting up, as I already told you when I was explaining this, so cost of setting up is very much high because investment बहुत ज़्यादा लगता है, पैसा लगता है, so it's high. And here low, as no requirement of physical facilities, because here neither you require those product physically, the products are not required, आप सिर्फ pictures लगा दोगे and that's sufficient in e-business. But over here in traditional business, you means all the product has to be available with you. Now The next point is on the basis of ease of going global. Less with traditional business, क्योंकि आप when you suppose you set up your business somewhere in Bombay, so branches you can open somewhere, but it's not that easy of going global. अगर आप चाहते हो कि if you means to open some to fetch the customer on some different countries, so it's not that easy, but much easier in e-business as cyberspace is truly without boundaries, because net facilitates gives you facilities to you to means to contact the customers who are outside the country also. और यहाँ पे आपको खुद से जाके नहीं करना होता है, so चार्जेस भी नहीं लगते, क्लियर. बट यहाँ पे आपको जाना पड़ेगा, पूरा सेटअप बनाना पड़ेगा. तो गोइंग ग्लोबल इज नॉट दैट इजी ओवर हियर एंड इट इज वेरी इजी ओवर हियर. देन नेचर ऑफ ह्यूमन कैपिटल, सेमी स्किल्ड एंड इवन अनस्किल्ड मैन पावर नीडेड. यहाँ पे आपको सेमी स्किल्ड लाइक सपोज पियोन रखना है, गार्ड रखना है, सो सेमी स्किल्ड मैन पावर एंड समटाइम्स एंड इवन अनस्किल्ड मैन पावर इज रिक्वायर्ड ओवर हियर. लाइक सेल्स पर्सन है, तो इफ दे आर लेस स्किल्ड ऑल्सो you can manage with them, but here technically and professionally qualified personnel needed, because here you need to operate everything on your on the net only. So जब तक उसे नहीं आएगा तो it won't be possible for that person to operate. Then transaction risk. So here transaction risk is low due to arm's length transaction and face to face contact. क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो भी transaction होता है वो face to face होता है. You know कि वो सामने वाला बंदा कैसा है. He is going to pay you over there only, but here transaction risk is high due to the distance and anonymity of the parties, because you don't, anonymity means because you don't know your party, neither being a customer, the customer don't know the marketer, the seller, and even the seller, they are not aware of the customer. So therefore transaction risk is high in e-business. I hope it is clear to you all student. So that's all for this video, and please do like, share and subscribe the video, and in case you have any problem you can ask me through comment box. Thank you.